Hello and welcome. As students of the Europe Hotel School, you are stepping into an industry that's being completely reshaped by technology. My name is, and as a specialist in hotel AI, I've had a front row seat to this transformation. So today, we're going to dive into how AI is revolutionizing one of the most critical, and let's be honest, traditionally one of the most painful parts of running a hotel, the finances. All right, so before we can really appreciate where we're headed, we have to understand where we've come from. Let's talk about a process that, for decades, has been a real nightmare for hotel finance teams. I'm talking about financial reconciliation. So, what is reconciliation really? Well, at its heart, it's just making sure the money the hotel thinks it has matches what the bank statements say it has. Sounds pretty simple, right? But in a bustling, complex hotel environment, it's anything but. I mean, just picture a single day in any busy hotel. You've got charges coming in from the front desk, sales from the restaurant, the bar, the spa, maybe even the gift shop. All of these transactions are pouring in constantly. It's an absolute flood of data, and every single cent has to be accounted for. Now, the old way of doing this, it was a total grind. Night auditors and accountants would spend days, and I mean literally days, sifting through paperwork, gathering statements, and then manually, one by one, ticking off matching line items. It was just this tedious, mind-numbing task that, you guessed it, was packed with potential for human error. Okay, but that was then, this is now. Today, modern finance departments are using incredibly powerful AI platforms that are completely changing the game. And we're not talking about a small tweak here. This is a total reinvention of the entire process. At the very core of this new approach is a concept called AI transaction matching. Basically, you have AI platforms, like Blackline, for example, that can perform all of those comparisons at a speed and scale that is just, well, it's superhuman. It automates the single most time-consuming part of the whole job. So, what's the secret sauce here? How does it work? Well, the AI is much smarter than just looking for identical numbers. It uses something called fuzzy logic. This means it can actually account for all the messy, real-world little differences. You know, things like a slightly different date format or a small variation in a merchant's name. And it can still figure out, yep, that's a match. So here's what that looks like in practice. The system plugs right into the hotel's property management system, the PMS, and it links up with the bank accounts. It then just churns through thousands of comparisons every second, and boom, all the perfect matches are cleared automatically. So what's left for the human accountant? Only the real problems, the true exceptions, like a guest chargeback or an actual banking error that needs a person to investigate. Okay, so obviously, this saves a ton of time, but that's not even the biggest deal here. The real story is about how this technology fundamentally transforms the entire role of the finance department within the hotel. Now, this right here is a total game changer. If you've ever been through that frantic end-of-month scramble to close the books, just imagine this for a second. Because the AI is working continuously, every single day, the books are always pretty much reconciled. That stressful multi-day ordeal, it just disappears. It becomes a complete non-event. And this constant state of readiness has massive benefits for the hotel's leadership. The general manager gets a crystal clear, real-time picture of the hotel's cash position, not last week's numbers. And get this, it's also a huge boost for internal controls. The AI can spot weird patterns, maybe small, recurring voids at one specific register that could be a sign of fraud that a human might easily miss. So let's bring this all back to you. As the next generation of leaders coming out of the Arab Hotel School, understanding this shift isn't just important, it's absolutely critical for your career. The expectations for what a finance professional does are changing right now. This really gets to the heart of it all. When you automate all the mechanical, backward-looking grunt work, you elevate the entire finance team. You're no longer just a record keeper, verifying what happened yesterday. You're freed up to become a true strategic partner, with a seat at the table where the big decisions are made. Let me be very clear about this. Your value in the near future isn't going to be how well you can tick boxes on a spreadsheet. No way. Your real value will come from your ability to analyze the clean, perfect data that AI gives you, to spot the trends, and to advise leadership on smart strategies to make the hotel more profitable tomorrow. And that really brings us to the final, most important question for you to think about. The AI is brilliant at telling us what happened, with near perfect accuracy. But it's up to you, the human expert, the leader, to figure out why it happened. And even more critically, what we should do about it next. That's your new job.
That's where you'll build an amazing career and provide incredible value in this new technology-powered era of hospitality.